Nee, das ist schwer. Kleine milchige Muskeln. Nee, mit milchigen Schnurglas, aber nicht direkt im Weg sehen, sondern so ein Muster auf.
Je kunt Krishna weg, het moet best tussen
Guck mal da. Hinter Chaitanya. Das Tischlein kannst du oben rein. Das ist schon da. Ah.
Om Jnana-timirandhasya Gyananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Dadati Swapadantikam Mancha kalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhya eva cha patitanang pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. Jai Śrī Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Śrīvāsavi Gaurabhakta-vrinda Tapta Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. All glories to Srimati Radharani, who has made her appearance today for the sole benefit of the conditioned souls and of all the living entities, so that by her inspiration we are able to have full faith in the existence of a spiritual world. We are born with the knowledge or without the knowledge of another world, which is the original world. So, actually, the topic of Srimati Radhika is much more confidential than speaking of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or even Krishna. And generally, we think of Radharani as a woman. Like we experience women in the material world, so we think she must be woman, but much more pure, advanced, like that. But our understanding is completely false. Because first of all, Radha is a tattva. What is the meaning of tattva? Tattva means an absolute principle that one must experience. That is the meaning of tattva. There are so many truths, there are so many principles, but they are not called tattvas. The Vedic scriptures have defined tattva as an absolute truth that must be experienced, because a tattva is such a principle that it can be experienced. It can be brought under the our experience of truths. There are so many so-called truths that we read in the scriptures like that, but nobody knows whether these truths can actually be experienced, whether they can actually be manifest. So Radha Tattva is an absolute truth that can be experienced, but what actually does Radha Tattva mean? All names in the spiritual realm are absolute. They all have meanings. So what is the meaning of Radha? She's also sometimes referred to as Hare. So Hare in the vocative is Hari. When we are chanting the Mahamantra, Hari has two different meanings. When we refer to Hari, the Supreme Lord, then it is Krishna who takes away all our material attachments, who takes away all our pain, suffering, is known as Hari. And the name Hari in the vocative means when you are addressing Krishna with the name Hari, then the word does not change in its form. It remains Hari. Exactly as Krishna. When we see Krishna and we are calling out to him, "Oh Krishna," then it is Krishna. But when we are calling out to Radharani, whose another name is Hare, then the vocative is Hari. Hare, Hari. So, she also has so many names, but there are certain names which are attached to her qualities. Some of the names are attached to her pastimes. Some of the names manifest her position, relationship. Vrishabhanu Nandini, the daughter of Vrishabhanu, that is also her name. And Radha means one who is worshipable. The word Aradhana comes from the word, it contains the word Radha. Aradhana means to worship. So Radha means she is worshipping, and she is also the object of everyone's worship. But when she worships only Krishna. But when she is being worshipped, then she is being worshipped by everyone, including Krishna. Even Krishna worships Radharani, and therefore she is called Radha. So the tattva, Radha, is the epitome of devotional service, the epitome of worship. That means that she embodies fully all the sentiments, all the transformations, emotional transformations, all the devotional sentiments are fully manifest in Radharani. Krishna is also known as Atmaram. When Krishna is Atmaram, then he was one. we have to understand all these truths are very esoteric truths. One cannot try to understand them with our rational way of thinking. Our rational way of thinking means, how can something which is eternal take birth? For example, Radharani is taking birth today. As her birthday. But if she is eternal, then where is the question of taking birth? Because that Krishna is saying in the Gita that anybody who is born is bound to die. And anybody who is dying is bound to be born again. And this is in the second chapter, Krishna is making this point. So if Radharani is born, does she also die? No. Therefore, our thinking, when we apply logic to these transcendental subject matter, which is known as achintya. Achintya kholu je bhava, dahatam starkena jujayet. Upanishad. That which is achintya, which is not in the realm of thought. Chinta means thinking. Chinta means the capacity of the mind. It's called chinta. So these are all achintya, the subject matter. Therefore, one must simply hear and read. When we are reading or when we are hearing about Radharani, Krishna, Mahaprabhu, Nityananda, all this, the spiritual world, the Bhakti method, process of Bhakti, these are beyond logical thought process. Cannot. So then why we cannot think about them is a relevant question. So if we can't think about them, why have they been given to us? To engage in discussing them, understanding them. If we cannot understand with our logical process of thinking, which is the only process we have, then why the scriptures are giving us this topic to think about? The reason being that at the present moment, because our mind and consciousness the mind and consciousness is vitiated, poisoned, vitiated, impure. Therefore, these subject matters, which are all pure, purely spiritual and transcendental, becomes beyond our understanding. And if we then try to understand, we then bring them down to the mundane logic and rationality, and thereby completely misunderstand, which is actually so-called scholars make the great mistake. The process of bhakti means to purify the consciousness. This is the process of, and bhakti begins with hearing about subject matters which will purify. And what is that? Shrinvatam Swakatha Krishna Purnashravana Kirtanam Hridyantasto Radharani Vidunoti Sudit Satan. But when we hear about Krishna, and then purification begins in our heart. Hridyantasto Radharani. All that is contaminating, vitiating, polluting in the heart, in the consciousness, becomes gradually purified by hearing Shrinvatam Swakatha Krishna. Tadvaga visargo janatago viplavo jasmin pratishlokam avadhyavaddapi Namani anantasya ankitani jat shrinvanti gayanti grinanti sadhavaha. Narad Muni is telling Vyasadeva, you have written, compiled all these Vedas, Puranas, Upanishad, Mahabharata, yet you are not satisfied. And you have composed everything perfectly. But there's no need to compose grammatically correct with alankar and rhythm and all these. Of course, if you can do it, do it. But if the subject matter is ananta, dealing with the Supreme Lord, anantasya ankitani jat, then it will create a revolution in the hearts of people. What is this revolution? That they will stop thinking and believing that this material world is the only place. And it is here that we have to think of a permanent home. So the revolution is to reject this and cast our glance towards the spiritual sky, which is actual reality, eternal. So it is Radharani who is that spiritual world. When Krishna was Atmaram, he was completely satisfied in himself. Atmaram means one who is completely satisfied in oneself, didn't need anything. Yet, because he's Satchid Ananda Vigraha, the Ananda, the pleasure of being Atmaram, fully self-satisfied, is not the highest level of bliss. Although he is Atmaram, he is also Raso Vaisaha. Idam labdha nandi bhavati. Both are descriptions of the supreme absolute truth who has taken a complete form of beauty with wonderful qualities. The one is completely self-satisfied, which is the truth. But at the same time, that same self-satisfied is also the epitome, the emblem of Ananda, bliss. And Ananda is such a transcendental energy. It can be only released and experienced and expanded unlimitedly but only through the exchange with that source of Ananda. When consciousness, when truth, when desire meets with Ananda, then one experiences rasa. And therefore he is known as rasa, the epitome of rasa. Rasa vaisa idam labdha anandi bhavati. And when one experiences this rasa, Ananda is experienced. Ananda bhavati. So it is the personification of Ananda, which is Radharani. She is the Hladini Shakti, the Adya Shakti, the original energy of the Lord. And in order to give the Lord utmost pleasure, because that is a position. The position is to give the utmost pleasure to the Lord, so that the Lord experiences a higher taste through the Ananda. Through Ananda, the Lord experiences a higher taste. So, as Hladini Shakti, the original Shakti of the Lord, originally they were one. There's no difference between Lord Krishna and Radharani. It is said, it's like a coin has two sides. Coin. So on one side is Radharani and one side is Krishna. It's one coin. But for the purpose of Leela, Leela means that ocean of Ananda which so far is in a state of self-satisfaction, Atma-ramata. Ananda begins to percolate that ocean. You know percolation with a Puriya Stavir. Or if you get what is Zane? Huh? What is called Zane? Cream. And you take these things, which then what happens? You get beautiful butter. The ocean of Atmaram will be churned by Radharani so that Krishna can relish rasa. And the ocean of rasa begins to manifest. They're not different oceans, there's only one ocean with different manifestations. So when Radharani is thinking, oh, I have to give utmost pleasure to Krishna, then she expands herself as a Sandhini Shakti. And what is the Sandhini Shakti? Sandhini Shakti is the manifestation of Vrindavan, Goloka. And this Sandhini Shakti, Golok Vrindavan, the Dham, the original transcendental realm, the functioning of this is controlled by Lord Balaram. But the energy that manifests itself in the entire variety of beautiful trees, of the beautiful plants, the waterfalls, the clouds, everything is there. It's all manifestation of Sandhini Shakti. This is Radharani. And then she also expands as Samvit. What is Samvit? Samvit is telling Krishna, oh Krishna, don't forget yourself because of your Atma Ramata. You're so absorbed in your self-satisfied state that you're not even desiring anything because you don't need anything. So let me, to the percolation, get you to wish something. What is that wishing? To taste rasa. To taste rasa. And therefore, Samvit, Shakti makes Krishna know who he is. And he also lets others know also who he is. So this is Samvit Shakti. And it is in the Samvit Shakti that Krishna develops desire. And in order to fulfill this desire, he performs Leela. In order to fulfill this desire, his pastimes are formed. But the goal of this pastime is to relish Ananda and to taste Rasa, which is Radha. So actually this is the Tattva, it's the absolute principle. And because that absolute principle in the material, in the spiritual world, is always a person. Everything is a person in the spiritual world. Everything is person. There's no object. Here everything is an object. And therefore impersonal. But in the spiritual world, everything, even what obviously like stones, the Govardhan hill, the dust particles, they're all fully conscious. Fully conscious. And conscious means to have desire. Consciousness is expressed through desire. And when one wants to fulfill that desire, consciousness takes a form. So everything is, in the spiritual world, is personal. So we cannot think of Radharani to be an ordinary lady. Great disaster. And actually it's difficult to understand Radharani. First of all, if we can understand who is Krishna, then we will ask the question, Krishna is the highest supreme power. Vaishajyasya samagrasya jasasya vidyasya sriya jnana vairagya iti anga. He possesses these qualities, Aishwarya, unlimited opulence, unlimited fame, unlimited power, unlimited beauty, unlimited knowledge and unlimited renunciation. Unlimited. And this same personality who is worshipped by everyone, who is worshipped by all the demigods, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, They're all his servants. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying, Akola Ishwar Krishna Arshab Britto Joiche Nachai Toiche Kore Nritto. Krishna alone is the supreme absolute personality, truth and power above everyone else. And everyone else other than Krishna are his servants. Servants. Britta. Britta means servant. And they all dance to his tune. Joiche nachai toiche kore nritto. They all dance to his tune. That means they all follow his instruction. That means they all want to fulfill his desire for his pleasure. That is the position of a servant. Now that supreme personality, he is worshipping. Someone else? Who is that personality? That's such a personality who the entire universe, everyone worships. Who is the controller of everyone? And everyone else is. And he has, just for example, Svettasvatar Upanishad is saying, Natasya karjam karanancha vidyate, natad samas, nachiyadikyeto. He has nothing to do. Everybody, everyone in the material and the spiritual world has something to do. What is that? They are all serving, all serving. But they are bound to serve. Whereas Krishna, he serves because he loves to serve. He's not bound to serve. So, natasya karjam karanancha vidyate. He has nothing to do. Natat samas nacha adhikyata. And nobody is equal to him. Natat samas nacha adhikyata. What to speak of being superior to him. If nobody is equal to him, where's the question of anybody being superior to him? And that personality is serving someone? Who is that? Who is that personality that even Krishna is serving? That is our dear Radharani. He is serving. And in serving in so many ways. For example, there's a very beautiful pastime. Once Kamsa sends his demon friend who takes the form of a bull. Takes the form of a bull. Arishthashur. So Arishthashur comes and plays havoc. Takes a huge form of a bull, very strong, and wants to kill Krishna Balaram. So Krishna catches hold of his horns. Finishes. So after killing Arishthashur, saving the Brajavasis from his wrath, Krishna wants to come and meet his beloved. Lalita, who is very much amiya-bhāv. Amiya-bhāv means leftist mood, always creating some kind of conflict. Tells Radharani, don't meet him. Don't allow him to come near. He has killed a bull. And according to our scriptures, killing of a bull is a great pāp, sin. There are three types of paps. Pāp, ati-pāp and mahapāp. So killing a bull is mahapāp. It's equivalent to killing a Brahman. So you should not allow him. So when Krishna comes, Radharani says, no, you cannot touch me. You're contaminated. You're sinful. So then he says that. So what should I do? What can I do to get rid of my sin? So Lalita Devi whispers into her ears. You tell him to go to all the places of pilgrimage. All the places of pilgrimage in the universe. And if he can bathe in all the pilgrimages in the holy waters, and then will be relief from his sin. So Radharani says, yes, you have to do this. Oh, I see. So you want me to go to... Then no problem. There's no problem at all. I will do it right away. How can you do it right away? You have to go to all these different places. And you say, yes, I can do it right away. Just see. So with his right foot, he stamps on the ground hard. And his heels make a deep impression. And then he tells all the tirthas, places of pilgrimage, all the holy rivers, all the holy lakes, Pushkar, Brahmakund, like that. And then Ganga, Jamuna, Godavari, Saraswati, Narmada, Sindhu, Kaveri, Krishna, all these rivers, you come. He says, yes, madam. All the waters come. Filled. Then he says, I'll take bath. See, I've taken bath and I'm pure. He said, no. Not so easy, not so quickly. So what am I supposed to do now? But because I've come near you, I also have to be purified because of your nearness. So I also have to take. So like that, I mean, it's such a very beautiful pastime. Don't have much time to speak about it. But that's how we have received Radha Kund. And Krishna is saying that anyone who takes part in the Radha Kund develops a desire for Radha Dasya. Develops a desire. And Radha Dasya means that which no other incarnation, no one ever gave. Anarpita charing chirat karunaya avuti nakalau. Samarpayitu munnato jala-rasa swabhakti sriyam. Śrīmad Gosvāmī is writing in his diary and describing Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's addressing him like that. Anarpita charing chirat. What you have given, my dear Lord, has not been given by anyone else. Swabhakti sriyam. The purest form of bhakti to your lotus feet you have given. Anarpita charing. And what is that? That is to worship that lotus feet that you worship, we should also follow in your footsteps to worship. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually came to give Kanta Bhav. Previously, all the worship, whether it's Sitaram, Lakshmi Narayan, Parvati, Shiva, they are all in the mood of Sakya. Sakya, husband and wife. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give the Parakya, the Kanta Bhav, which is the highest form of loving, spontaneous loving. The love and dedication and devotion to Sitaram and Lakshmi Narayan and so on. They are all following the rules and regulations of the scriptures. But does not have room allowing for spontaneous love. And spontaneous love is more attractive to Krishna. He's saying, Vaidhi bhakti te shab jagat mishrito. Vaidhi bhakti shithil prem nahi mor prito. That the entire world is attracted by Vaidhi bhakti, rules and regulations. But it is the nature of Vaidhi bhakti or rules and regulation that it weakens spontaneous love. It weakens it. And because it weakens it, nahi mor prito, I'm not attracted. No one can attract me. No one can capture me with Vaidhi bhakti. I do not become captive. Only spontaneous love can capture me. And that spontaneous love is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give us. And the highest form of Chaitanya, of the spontaneous love, Rag Bhakti, is Radha Dasya. And Krishna himself shows how one should actually serve. And at the same time, even Radharani, he says that I have not met anyone who can love me in so many ways as Krishna loves me. So, this subject matter, we have to be very cautious so that we don't bring the whole affair of loving affair between Radha and Krishna to a mundane level. It should be always our most worshipful subject. And we should wait patiently to become eligible, to become qualified to engage in the service of Radharani. Therefore, when we chant, then It should be done with love. Should be done with attachment to the holy name. And it should be the prayer to Krishna and Radharani. Please engage me in spontaneous loving service at your lotus feet. Hare Krishna. Any questions?
In dem Logo, was Bhaktisiddhanta gegeben hat für die Gaudiya-Math, sieht man auf der einen Seite Lakshmi-Narayan und auf der anderen Seite Krishna im Sinne von Vaidhi-Bhakti und Raganuga-Bhakti. Warum hat Bhaktisiddhanta, obwohl alle anderen Gosvāmis ja vorher, also auch Raghunath Das Gosvāmī hat ja die Verehrung von Lakshmi Narayan konkret abgelehnt in seinem Manasha Shiksha beispielsweise. Also schreibt er ja darüber, dass das nicht empfehlenswert ist. Wieso hat Bhaktisiddhanta das in Verbindung gebracht mit seiner Mission, obwohl er doch in seiner ursprünglichen Form eine Manjari ist, also eine Dienerin von Srimati Radharani und Rupa Gosvāmī?
Ja, ist Nayana Mani Manjari.
Nein, die Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur.
Yeah. The answer to this is found in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, where Vrindavan Das Thakur is describing the two aspects of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like Krishna, is both the Lila avatar as well as the propagator of the Dharma. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. The Dharma is always enunciated by the Supreme Lord Himself. So in Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does that. So he has two missions, two agendas. One is Bohirange Karen Prabhu Nam Sankirtan. In his external activity, of course, one should not misinterpret the word external and internal in relationship to the activities of the Supreme Lord. Both internal and external are transcendental. However, to have a better understanding, Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying that Bohirange Karen Prabhu Nam Sankirtan Antarange Karen Prabhu Ras Asvadan. In his internal activities, pastime, he's relishing rasa. The three desires with which he came. What is the wonderful beauty and sweetness of Srimati Radharani, with all the wonderful qualities. Jena adbhuta madhurima. And the second thing is that how does she relish the qualities that I possess? I myself don't know my qualities are so wonderful. I myself don't know. But yet she is fully. And how does she feel when she experiences my love? How does she feel? I want to taste that feeling. So for these three reasons, he appears in Kali Yuga with an internal agenda, with the mood of Radharani, and in the external agenda, in the mood of the Yuga avatar, propagating the Yuga Dharma. So Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada has Lakshmi Narayan, because Vrindavan Thakur often refers to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Vaikuntha-pati, Vaikuntha-pati, the Lord of Vaikuntha. So Lord of Vaikuntha is Lakshmi Narayan. And internally, he is the Dhira Datta Nagari, Rasaraj. So that is the symbol. Hare Krishna. I thank all of you so much for your patient hearing. And all of you, please bless me that I am able to develop taste in the service of the lotus feet of Radharani. Hare Krishna.
प्रेम से कहो श्रीला गुरुदेव सर्वभावना प्रभु जी की जय।
Liebe Devotis, liebe Gäste, wir machen jetzt weiter im RADHASTAMI-Programm mit unserer Wunschzettelopferung zu Śrīla, Śrī Devi.